Individuals living with disabilities on Cape Cod will now have a chance to get out on the water thanks to a new adaptive sailing program known as SeaLegs. The charitable organization Sail Cape Cod launched the program this week. President Mike Trovato says it wouldn't have been possible without a tremendous amount of community support.
It truly takes a community to make this happen. Whether it's time, talent, or treasure, we need help in all facets of that to make this happen. Access is really an important thing for us right now. Probably our biggest challenge in the past in getting us off the ground, and now going forward to grow this program will be access.
It epitomizes the spirit of a community coming together. Nothing this big happens this fast in the nonprofit arena. It just, it's really, really difficult. And so many people came together and were so dedicated and so generous with not only their time, but their money and their support that, it really epitomizes community and how lucky we are to have the community that we have on the Cape. So.
When they first came to us and started talking about this, Charlie and Michael and some of the board members, I said, well, do you have a boat? No, we don't have a boat. Do you have a place to put the boat? No, we don't have a place to put the boat. How are people going to get it? We don't know how they're going to get it. They have nothing. And in 3 short years, but they had the drive and the energy and the ability to pull people together like you see now. And I'm just amazed at where they've come. We're pleased that we could provide this dockage space. Now I'm told we need to dredge it, so maybe okay, I heard you. But I was asking people what the flag stood for, and someone said to me, I'm an old boat captain, it says access. I said, well, that's pretty good, I'm an old boat captain too, I don't think it says access, and then someone else said, it says it meets a need, Well, I think it just says Yahoo, because I think when you get out in that boat, that's what you're saying. I'm out here, I'm free, it's terrific, and you're doing what everyone else enjoys doing. So,
unfortunately, this was the, and still is, the first and only adaptive boat on Cape Cod. But fortunately, in Newport, there's been a decades-old program that's very progressive, and as well as in Fort Lauderdale, Shake a Lake program that initially started in Newport, but is now in Fort Lauderdale. And so the information is out there, the technology is out there. What we didn't have on the Cape before was the will. And, everybody has, including people with disabilities of all sorts, have a responsibility to, use resources like this, to ask for resources like this, to lobby for resources like this. And, I think me having been a sailor, before my accident, and also having the opportunity to still be able to get on my family's boat, even after my accident, when, my friends from Hyannis Yacht Club got together about starting a community sailing program, Sail Cape Cod, they could see how beneficial being able to get out in the water was for me, and thought, it was a next best step. And I always say there's no better medicine than the wind, the sun, a sail, and the sea. So, and Mike Trovato, the president of Sail Cape Cod, he was the one that, really did the research, went down and worked with these programs and figured out, what was needed. And, you start small. And, I was sailing out on her, a couple weekends ago, and, there's definitely some tweaking that will allow me to do more of the work and not just be a passenger, and I'm looking forward to that. So, it's really just, finding the population, encouraging them to come out. It's safe, it's, wonderful. If you know how to sail already, it's, going to give you the freedom to do that again. And if you don't, it's, a new experience that you otherwise wouldn't have had. And like I said, it's shameful, that, she was, that still is the first and only adaptive boat on Cape Cod, seeing as pretty much anywhere where you live on the Cape, you're not more than a few miles from the ocean. So I'm really proud to have been a part of a group that was able to come together and at least start, an adaptive sailing fleet. So.
Well, starting with from the hull up, the boat itself is a very stable platform. It's a keel boat, which means that it's got a fixed a keel underneath it that has a 600-pound lead weight on the bottom. It's a bulb-style keel boat, so that gives it its stability. So having a stable platform is really the core of this whole thing, because we want someone to feel stable, not feeling like they're on the edge of capsizing, that sort of thing. So our other boats are dinghy style, so they don't have that capability. We try to keep the bottom side down on those as well, but this boat is such a stable platform. You step on it, you know you're on a stable boat. So going up from there, the sails, we had them custom made. They're downsized a little bit to make them more user-friendly for adaptive purposes. So the boat is a little more depowered in heavy air, but still is cut in such a way, the sails are cut in such a way that they're fully powered under sails. So it's not like reefing a boat. It's fully powered sails, but very manageable size and cut to them. The seating is a key component. We've got 3 versions of a seat. One is a high bucket seat with a full 4-point harness system for a passenger only. We've got a low bucket seat for a skipper style that has a belting seatbelt system. And then we also have a bench seat, which is more for someone that's got upper body stability and trunk stability that can tack themselves from side to side. So on a sailboat, when the boat tacks, so you want to if you can get yourself to the high side of the boat, it's a much more comfortable ride, especially for the skipper. So if he wants to drive the boat, they can get from side to side more accessible on that. So the Hoyer lift is important for folks that can't get themselves onto the boat, whether from wheelchair to boat or even someone that may be on crutches to boat, or an amputee that maybe can't get themselves onto the boat and needs that assistance. The Hoyer lift is designed to transfer them from the dock into safely and comfortably into the boat itself.
I sailed as a little kid, and after my paralysis, I learned to sail at Pierce Park in East Boston back in 2012. And it's a community sailing program just like this, and I know the importance of a community coming together and keeping a program like this strong. So we wanted to show our support and come down and check out what's going on down here. Because it's not a competition among programs, it's a huge community, and getting every pocket together. I'm in Newport, and there's an adaptive program there. I learned in Pierce Park in East Boston, and now here on the Cape, and to connect all those dots so that people don't have to travel 2 hours to go for a sail. They can just come down to the dock, and this boat is set up so that they can just hop in the boat themselves. The draw with adaptive sailing for me was it was something inclusive I could do with my friends and family. I love sled hockey and I love skiing, but you need all this adaptive equipment and it's pretty expensive. But community sailing centers are providing a really accessible and inexpensive way for the end user to just get in a boat and go for a sail.
The Linda Paul LaRusso Foundation gave us a grant to purchase the boat. Without that, we wouldn't have been able to acquire such a great boat. So as part of that, we offered them the opportunity to name the boat. They chose Lila. Lila is named after Mrs. LaRusso. Lila and Paul LaRusso were Linda Paul's parents. LaRussos were very active in this community for years, very philanthropic as well, and their foundation continues that legacy of helping others through their foundation.
Here we go. Whoa. Good job. May this beautiful sailboat, the Lila, service the needs of the community for years to come, giving participants the security and the confidence to enjoy all that the ocean has to offer. May Lila inspire other programs, agencies, and individuals to collaborate and to begin to touch the lives of the 25,000 Cape residents who live daily with some form of physical, intellectual, or developmental challenges. May the word of the exceptionally generous support of the LaRusso Foundation and Rockland Trust and so many other businesses and individuals inspire support for continued growth of Sail Cape Cod's programming and those of other like-minded organizations. Finally, may Lila and Sail Cape Cod and all the participants enjoy fair winds and following seas in the days to come. We give you Lila. Thank you very much.
But this, this is, like I said, the best medicine. So.